Welcome to another session. I'm Jerome, and I am excited to be able to share with you another session here concerning this amazing opportunity, making money with SHG for your online home-based business opportunity. Now, I'm going to be talking about a few things here, just briefly today, and I hope that you that are coming on that you will find these things helpful to you as we continue to lay out with you what is available here through Savings Highway Global. I had a great day so far. I hope your day is going as well, even better. The Lord is good, and I've got some new members in our team, on our team for SHG, that's Savings Highway Global, and this is an opportunity that you just can't afford to miss. And so I want to take time, as I do on these broadcasts, to share with you what you can do, what Savings Highway Global can do for you, and how you can really make an income that will replace the income that you're making on your job and give you the freedom, both financially and time wise, that you can enjoy for the rest of your life. So we're excited about that. I want to get into some things here today. I want to start by saying, as I try to do on every broadcast, that SHG is a company that is nearly 20 years old. It is not just a fly-by-night company. It is also not isolated to one location. It is operating in over 200 countries around the world. And then it is not one that is subpar, substandard, because it has an A plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. So now, understanding all of those facts about SHG, Savings Global Highway, it should tell you the legitimacy of this program. And so having that knowledge and then hearing what SHG is declaring that it can do for you, and I mean that it can do for you. You know, so many times we are being asked to do something for a business or a person before we can get something done for us. Well, SHG has reversed the process. SHG has so much that it can do for you. And this is why I believe some people is just running right by and are missing this amazing, this dynamic opportunity to literally change the future of their entire lives. So I want to talk about what it can do for you. What can SHG do for you? No matter what job you have, no matter where you live, no matter what your economic status is, no matter what you're facing, what kind of crisis you're in, and etc. What is it that SHG can do for you? How can SHG change the financial dynamics of your life? Because you hear a lot of promises, you hear a lot of declarations that businesses and people make, but you very seldom see the reality. You know, I got up this morning, I had a certain number of people on my team, and before, when I come back in, I got an addition of people on my team that I have not even spoken with. I have not even talked with them in no form whatsoever. And I'm trying to tell you that this is an automatic operation that doesn't require me to be, you're grinding it out every day. So I want to focus on how you can make money with this business opportunity. There are three things that you need to keep in mind. The blueprint is simple. Number one, you get your membership. Number two, you share your website link. And number three, you get paid over and over again. That's all you need to do. If you can leave the video right now. You can cut this off right now and take that blueprint that I just told you and go all the way to the top. So I love it when the blueprint is simple, the blueprint is plain, and the blueprint is not complicated, and there's no hoops that you got to jump through to realize the benefit. Now, I want to talk about some other aspects, but as I said, and I did not make a mistake, you can shut the video down, cut it off, go do whatever you need to do. If you follow that blueprint that I just told you, it'll take you all the way to the top. What is that blueprint again? Get your membership. That's number one. Number two, you have your whole website. You don't have to try to explain it to anybody. You don't have to try to tell them about all that's in it. You don't have to go through that and wait until you get educated, because a lot of people will say, I've got to learn what it is first. I gotta learn what it is first, or I've got to experience everything about it first. No, you don't. All you need to do is take that link that you have when you get your membership, share it with people that you know. The things that's in your membership will explain every aspect of SHG to that prospect much better than you can do it, or you will probably ever be able to do it. It can do it much better than I can. Okay, so that's the blueprint that they have coined and built this whole operation on. Number one, get your membership. Number two, share your website link and let the website share all of the benefits, all of the income opportunities, all of the savings. Let the website and the professionals and the companies share that with your prospect. And see, and when they do that, when that happens now, you're going to get the maximum out of your membership, and you're going to start getting paid. Every Wednesday, there's a payroll. Every Wednesday, you'll have checks coming, just like clockwork. If you just take that's the blueprint for Savings Highway Global. Now, what does that membership gives you? Let's say you don't want to make any money. I don't know, you don't want to make any money, but let's just say you got that mindset that, I'm not trying to make any money. I'm not trying to do that. Well, you don't have to participate in that part of your membership at all. And you still get all of your membership benefits. In other words, you can take your membership and do absolutely nothing and still get all of the benefits of saving hundreds and thousands of dollars off of the bills that you're already paying, and hundreds and thousands of dollars off bills, off things that you're going to buy going forward into the future. So this is an enormous, it is a gigantic opportunity. So I really want you to understand the power that Savings Highway Global is presenting to you. You have the opportunity now to cut the amount of money that you are paying right now. The savings component of Savings Highway Global is their top priority. They are guaranteed to save you money. And if they don't save you money, they'll refund your membership. These are the things that I really want you to understand. A company that has these facts that is verifiable, a company that is operating in over 200 countries, a company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and a company that is guaranteed to save you money, and a company that you can make a six-figure income from home, just putting in an hour a day. This is a company that says, if you get your membership and we can't save you any money, we give you your membership back, no hard feelings. It haven't cost you a dime. Keep all the current benefits that you did get while you were a member. Okay? This is the power of a company that is fulfilling their mission to save you money. So I want you to see now that that's the blueprint for it. But we give you, in addition to that, because this is so easy. And I don't want to sound like somebody just trying to say, well, it's just so easy so that you can get hyped up and jump into it, because I detest that kind of salesmanship. But I want you to know that there's no other way to define this and be accurate than to say this is so easy. Why is it so easy compared to all the other businesses that told you that it was so easy? Why is this now any different? Here's why. Because Savings Highway Global has taken the position that these other companies have and reversed it. In other words, they have made a model that is built on the idea of having you save money as their top priority. Their top priority is to save your money because they understand that if you experience their number one priority and you are saving hundreds and thousands of dollars, they already know you're going to recruit other people. That's a given. That's an automatic. Just in the wake of your conversations with people, they don't have to push you to recruit anybody. They don't have to push you to share your experience with other people. Human nature will push you to share your experience with others. Just like when you go to that fine restaurant and you get that meal that you've been desiring and haven't had for ages, and you finally find that restaurant that gets it all just right. They don't have to tell you to tell somebody else. You go tell people about your experience because that's human nature. You go to the movie, you find a movie that is just way that high rating on the charts, and you enjoyed it, so your family all enjoyed it. What happens? When you're in a conversation, just naturally talking, you are sharing that movie experience. What are you doing? You're advertising for the movie theater. You're advertising for the restaurant. You're advertising for that city that you went to and had such a great time. You're the advertising agent for that, but they didn't give you a dime. They didn't write you a check now and say, thank you for advertising. The restaurant didn't come back and say, now you can get all your meals free because you advertised me to all of your family and friends. That didn't happen, but it can happen starting today, because you're still going to advertise. So Savings Highway Global says, if you experience our number one priority and save money, you're going to automatically recruit people. And because now it's not work for you. See, in my case, it's that I saved so much money on my first week. There's no way I could just keep going and not tell my family, not tell my friends, not tell people that I come in contact with. There's just no way that I can do that and not tell them. And I'm not asking them to make any money. I haven't even talked to them about making money. So this is the way that I want you to see the model. This is what makes Savings Highway Global head and shoulders above all the others, because their focus is on you saving money from day one. You get started today, there's no 90-day wait, 6 months wait, year before you start getting benefits. No, you get started today and you can save money today. You can also make money today, but their emphasis is on saving you money. So I want you to understand the way Savings Highway Global has gotten a model that makes it the number one model on the internet today, makes it so successful. The rate of success is through the stratosphere. Why? Because you don't have to convince people that it's a good thing to save money off of the bills that they're already paying. There's no persuasion there. And you don't have to convince them to purchase a product. They already have the product, and you're telling them, I'll give you the product for less. Keep the same product, but pay less for it. That's what you're telling them, and they understand that because again, they are paying these bills, and you are saying, well, you're going to keep the same bills, same company, same things, same services, but you're just going to pay less for it. And so if you're paying less for it, it means that you get a chance to keep more of your money. That gives you the ability now to do other things that you could not do before. So this is a win in every sense of the word. Now, I know I got minds and mindsets that always have a default position, and that's a default to the negative and negativity. This is what's killing many people right now. This is why there's going to be some people that are movers and shakers, and there's going to be some tire kickers. Tire kickers is just going to be spectators. They're going to look at it, they're going to hear it, they're going to say, oh, it sounds good. They're just kicking the tires, see? But they'll never get to participate, see? And the opportunity just keeps sailing right past them. But then there's some movers and shakers that looks at this and say, wow. And they put it in the proper perspective, because they say to themselves, well, I've spent more than $20 to check something out before, and it was terrible. And I still find myself going back again and again. So why not I take a look at this opportunity? Because if it's as he says it is, then it truly is a life-changing opportunity. See? And you get to find that out for just a $20 investment. And if it's not that way, you even get the $20 back. So you get to find it out. And if it's not what as it is being declared, it costs you not 1 cent, because you get your money back. So I want you to understand this. You need to check this out. Some of you have been strolling past these videos, and some of you have stopped and you've listened and you watched, but you haven't signed up. And all your thinking capacity is sitting on that negative default position. Well, I can't do that. Well, I don't know about that. Or it must not be that easy. Or it can't be that easy. Or they're going to want more money. They're going to, you tell yourself all those things that will allow you to justify not taking action. But if a person don't take action, they can expect no action. So I'm going to encourage you to do it today. Do it today, because that's your blueprint for success. Get your membership, number one. Share your link with people, number two. And get paid over and over, number three. That is the blueprint. Now, you can start today, and you can save money in so many categories. And one of the things I want to point out to you is that Savings Highway Global also has the opportunity that they have afforded people to have a home-based business where you can stay at home and have a business all over the world in languages around the world. And they have not only put it together where it's a global business, but it is global in its communication, which means that people in China, in Japan, in Israel, in Africa can be watching your website, and they'll get the language in their own native language. Now that is explosive, because not only now do you have a global business platform in establishing yourself with Savings Highway Global, but now you have the ability to communicate that business platform in 100 different languages around the world. That's what you get with Savings Highway Global. See, we're serious about this. This is a moment that is either going to give you your launch pad into the financial success that you've always wanted, or it's going to be one of those fleeting moments that it passed you by again because of inaction. See, the person that does not act cannot benefit. You can have an ice cold glass of water sitting on the table and you can still die of thirst. You can have a full banquet meal spread out over the dinner table and still die of starvation. Why? Because just because that's a banquet meal spread out over the table, don't mean that you ate it. Don't mean that you drank from that cool pitcher of lemonade or water or whatever the substance is. Doesn't mean that you drank from it. Why? Because to eat from that banquet table, to drink from that fountain or that pitcher of water, it requires action. If you don't take any action, you can't expect any action in return. So you can have a full banquet table full of food and you can still die of starvation. You can have a full cool pitcher of drinking lemonade and still die of thirst, because until you take action, nothing is going to happen. And so what I've said to the meeting last night with some of my team members was on with me last night, and I said to them, you've got to take some action. You've got to get started. You can't just sit back and say, well, I think it may work, or it'll work for you and it won't work for me, or it'll work over here and won't work over there. You got to get rid of all the negative mindsets and that disposition. You got to get rid of that, because the blueprint is simple. The blueprint works, and it works everywhere with everybody. See? Now, you say, well, Bishop Jones, I can't do what you are doing. I can't do it like that. Well, I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing. I'm telling you to do what I'm telling you to do. See, the blueprint is already been tested. It's already been tried, and it didn't get in 228 countries around the world and not already be tested and tried. It didn't get to be nearly 20 years old and not tested and tried. It didn't get an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and not be valid in what it says it can do and what benefits it says it gives to the members. It didn't get that way. So if you're not experiencing it, it's not because this isn't real, it's because you're not doing what the blueprint requires you to do. See, so don't make excuses. Be a part of solutions. Don't keep having excuses, because I could sit here and I'm a very busy person, and I tell people, I said, I don't know anybody any busier than I am. But you see me finding time out of all of this stuff that I have to contend with and do every single day. But you see me finding time to do what is essential and what is important. So what am I telling you? You got to focus on what's important. You got to stop putting your business on the back burner and just saying, well, I'll get to it if I get to it. That's the mentality that so many times we have. You get distracted by saying, well, I got to do this. I got to do this. Well, what is doing this and doing that gotten you thus far? That's the question you got to ask. Am I satisfied with where I am doing this that I say I got to keep doing? Or maybe I should cut back doing this that I've been doing all along and put some time in doing what I am watching and what I am hearing, and give that the same dedication, the same commitment that you give your job, that you give, your television movies that you watch. I'm amazed at people can sit down and watch TV for 3 and 4 and 5, 6 hours a day. but can't put 30 minutes to an hour in a business that's going to give them the kind of life that they want. They can't do that every day. But we can watch, television. The average person with television is spending 3, 4, 5 hours a day. And all this requires just 30 minutes to maximum an hour, and it changes your life financially. When you finish watching that television program, you don't have a dime more. You don't have $1 more. You are no better. In fact, you're worse, because that was unproductive time. See? But now, if you put a little of that time in your business, see, when you get a job, you don't go to a job today and then skip it tomorrow and then skip it the next day. And, you don't do that. You can't walk into the job and say, well, I'm going to work on the job for an hour and then I'm going home. Well, the job requires you to be there 8 hours, or 9 hours, or 10 hours. And if you don't stay there those hours, they're going to fire you and get somebody that will. They're not going to argue with you about it. They're just going to say, look, no, wait a minute. This is our job. And if you don't want to put in the time that is required to have this job, you're going to get fired, and we'll get somebody else that will. And they don't care whether you like it or not. See? So why does it, when it comes to your own business now, instead of you working now, see, you let distractions come in your way, and instead of you saying, I'm going to get up every day and put this time in my own business, and if I just do that, be consistent there, now it'll grow. You may get a 100 people to tell you no, and then one person say yes. Then what you should do? Get 200, and maybe you have 2 people that'll say yes. Get 1,000, and you have 10 people out of the 1,000 say yes. Because it doesn't take a lot of people. It just takes your consistent, and it's all about the numbers. And so that's what I want to tell you. Because a lot of times we look at it and say, well, I done did that with 40 or 50 people and nobody said yes yet. Nobody did. Well, wait a minute now. Brother Bell did 10,000 tries before the light worked. What if he'd have stopped after doing 5,000? Many people would have gave up after they tried it 100 times. No, he did 10,000 in the basement. See, I'm trying to tell you that things that when you want something and you understand the process and you got a tried and proven formula, you got to trust the people that tried the formula. See, I hear people sometimes say, well, in Argentina, they say, well, this can't work in Argentina. People don't have nothing. Listen, Argentina is a nation. Every nation got wealth. When you tell yourself that the people don't have no wealth, you're just totally out of it. I was in Liberia, and I took some of the Liberians with me on a tour, that a mission meeting, and we went into a place, and when we walked in, those Liberians were shocked. Said to me they never seen a place like that and didn't even know those kind of places was in Liberia. The place we walked in would cost me $5,000 a night to stay. They couldn't believe that they had that kind of place. Place we walked in, or some of the lobbies would have had, there was $10 million just in the lobby. See, so I'm trying to tell you that every nation has wealth. Just because you don't have wealth, and just because you hang around with people that doesn't have wealth, just because you hang around with people that's always poor and broke, that's not everybody. And that's not everybody in your country. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Savings Highway Global wouldn't be operating in these countries if there wasn't the opportunity to be extremely successful. They would not be functioning in all these different countries. So if we're operating in your country, it's because your country has the ability, the residents of that country has the ability to take Savings Highway Global and climb the ladder all the way to the top. And we are seeing it happen. So I want you to understand here that Get rid of the negative mentality. Get rid of that default position that always got a complaint and the complaint starts in the heart. Even though you don't verbalize it, it can be in the heart. And if it's in your heart, your action is going to eventually prove it out. So you want to get rid of that and realize that you have an opportunity here to change your life. And yes, you got to do the work. If you just sit back and complain and do something every now and then, that's not going to work. Now, for a good illustration, people look at me and they say, he's successful. He knows how to do it. But how did I get to this place? You see me every day doing something to edify, to increase my business opportunity. I could lay down and forget about it. I could just say, okay, I know it now. I got it now. I've got more than 2 or 3 people in, and I can just cruise on and take it easy. But no, you see me time after time. And it's not just the business aspect. You look at the ministry. When you see me in the ministry, you see me daily doing ministry. Why? Because that's consistency is what builds perfection. But if you're always with this mentality, well, he can do it because he knows how to speak, or she can do it because she's got a lot of people around him that will respond to her. Listen, I've got people on my team that never said a word to me, and I never said a word to them. That's why I don't buy any of those arguments, because I've got people on my team that don't even know what I look like except they've seen it in a picture. So that's not the case. This is a concept that has been proven, and again, it wouldn't be operating in over 200 countries around the world if it didn't. Now, I want to say this: if you're I believe I'm looking at this screen. Yes. And I see you on there, Abasi. God bless you. From now on, your website has a feature on it where you can actually get your website in your native language. So when you click on your website now and you are in Nigeria, you can just click on that button and it will turn your whole website into your Nigerian language so that you can share it with the people in Nigeria in their own language, because there's a lot of people there may not speak English well enough or to understand the English language, but they understand their native language. If you're in Kenya, if you're in Pakistan, and in Pakistan your language is Urdu, well, all you got to do is click the link and say you want your website now to be sent to the people in Urdu, and or that person in Urdu, that person in Pakistan rather. When you talk to that person, or that person comes to your website, all that person has to do is click the link that says give me the language in Urdu, and instantly all of your website pages changes into Urdu language for that person in Pakistan, while at the same time a person in Japan can hit that same button and get that same website in Japanese. So this is just absolutely amazing, and we can have it in over 100 languages around the world. So you truly do have a global business. See, your business is not limited to America. It's not limited to Nigeria. It's not limited to Pakistan. It's not limited to Japan or China. It's global. It's around the world. So I want you to think now, and I want you to work people plugged in. For you that are a part of my team, I put my calendar link out there. You should have people signing up. You should be scheduling appointments. Now, here's something that I have done. If you want to follow me in my process, I've also gotten me some business cards made up. These are my business cards. For you, you should get some of your business cards made up so that you can just give a person a card. That way you don't have to say nothing to them. They'll look at this card, they'll see who I am, they'll see my phone number on it, they'll see the email address on it, and they'll see the website address on it, and they'll see a little short phrase saying save and make thousands. And on the back of it, I've got some incentives on the back of it: free vacation stay, free hotel discount card, free restaurant discount card, save and make thousands from home with your membership, change your financial future now. That's what's on the back of my cards. Now, when I walk into a place and I'm just eating out at a restaurant or doing something at a gas station, I'm going to drop these cards to people. Now, when they get off their job, they're going to remember there's a guy came by today and he gave me a card. They, in the privacy of their home, when they don't have to answer me, because a lot of people don't want to talk to you face to face the first time. They want to go back and check it out, privately, and then they want to come back. If they decide to come back, that's when they want to initiate a conversation. So don't be offended when people don't want to talk to you up front. Because when you go to talk to people, they already done made up their mind what they're doing for that day, and you may be interrupting their schedule, and they don't have time to pay attention now to all that you're saying. So if you drop this card in their hand, now when they get off the job, now when they get home and they're thinking about how things are, they remember there's a guy came by and gave me this card. They go to the website explains the whole deal to them. Whether they're in the United States of America or in Asia, it explains it all to them. They never have to talk to me again. See, that's how easy it is to market this. You go to business. When I was in Liberia, now I got a guy there now that I'm working with, and I said to him, get you some cards and go to Junction City, and there's just shops after shops after shops. Businesses can save tens of thousands of dollars with my service, with your service. So now if you drop this card into a business, and what I've done, I have, let me see, can I move over here? What I've done is I've put together a business letter, and I went out the other day and I just put some of these out. And see, you gotta be professionals, guys. You can't just throw yourself out there. You gotta be professional, and professionalism starts with you. It starts with you. If you're not like people say, I'm not a speaker. Well, if you're not a person that can articulate things properly, and you feel like that is a deficiency that you have, then you got to be smart enough to know how to avoid getting trapped with your own deficiency. And one of the ways you can do that is by making yourself some business cards and a little cover letter, and you give a person this package. You give them this package, and it tells them everything they need to know, because when they get this, the next place that they're going to go is to your website, and then your website is going to tell them everything they need to know, and they'll never have to call you again if they don't want to. They can get fully signed up, get fully started with all of the benefits, and get fully started with all of the business opportunities without ever saying a single word to you. And on Wednesday, you get a paycheck from them. That's how this business is. But see, what happens is, and what I'm dealing with, because I deal with a lot of different people, I deal with church people a lot of times, and church people are some of the most difficult ones to deal with. And not because they're smarter, because they're really not smarter. They're just not. Jesus said something that shocked me to no end, and I just couldn't believe that I was listening to Jesus say this. You know, you try to wrestle with stuff and say, wait a minute, maybe I'm not understanding this right. Maybe I'm seeing this from the wrong perspective. And the Holy Spirit said, no, yes, from the wrong perspective. I said it, and that's exactly what I meant. And you know what he said? He said, the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. And I'm thinking, is that real? Because you can be sharing, for instance, everyone that drives should at least gotten a membership to see if they could get their insurance for their cars reduced. But they won't. They won't. Everyone that's traveling, you know, I gave church folks a free vacation. Over 15 church folks free vacations because you're traveling. You're traveling, and it's always a financial situation. You know, you're tight on finances. Gave 15 a certificate to get a free stay, free vacation stay, free hotel stay. All they had to do then was pay the taxes. Now, without my free vacation stay, they were going to pay $100 plus a night for a room, plus the taxes, plus the hotel fees, resort property fees. So there's 3 fees that you pay when you go on a resort property or stay at a hotel. You pay for the room charge, you pay for the taxes, and you pay for the hotel property fees. Now, the biggest charge in all 3 of those areas is the cost of the room. Room be $200 a night. Then you pay whatever the state tax is. Then you pay whatever the hotel fees are, which would be maybe $8 a night, $10, $12 a night. Now, I give 15 people church ministers. Not one of them used them. And they've taken a dozen trips, but not one of them used them. See, this was 2 years ago. So I'm trying to tell you that there's something wrong up here. Because I give the same to people that are not church folks, they use them. I'm trying to tell you that when I talk about something, I'm not just blowing hot air. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just breathing out something. I know what I'm talking about. See, and you've got to change that. Same thing with the program. Well, I don't want to get involved with this. I don't want to get, but you're always doing it. See, and we got the I can't. I'm looking for somebody that's be like the scripture. I can do all things through Christ. You know, because my work can't be separate from Christ. Oh, glory to God. So what I've done is said, well, if I can't want to speak, I just make these cards and I just make this little cover letter and I walk into a business and I leave it there. I don't go in and many times and try to take time to interrupt that business owner because they're running their business. And so I ask him if I can leave the information with him. Now, if he asks me any questions about it, then I take the time to give him a short version of it. And a short version is simple. I have a program that can save you hundreds and thousands of dollars off of the bills that you are paying right now to run your business. And it's free for you to do it. That's the short version. But that is a full version too. And you know what? Then I tell them, so now go through this paperwork, go through this letter, then visit the website and it'll tell you all about it. And then you can call me if you need to. All my information is here. See, now I don't have to explain all the details. He will get to see every detail. I'm telling you this to show you that you don't even have to know all about what's on your website to do what I just said. You got your website already. You can make you some business cards. You can type up your cover letter and you can just go put it out. Just go put them out. People that will be on your website looking at it while you're in the bed going to sleep. People be looking at your business while you're out shopping, while you're eating dinner. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. You're not going to get it done, and you don't do the work. You got to put in the time, and it's all about priority. If you keep on doing what you're doing now, what will life be like 10 years from now? 1 year from now? Where will you be? Think where you was last year. You wasn't happy with that, right? 5 years ago, you wasn't happy with that, right? And the present day, you're not happy with the state that you're in right now. So what has to change? What has to change is what you're doing. That has to change. If that doesn't change, then the future is not going to change. But if you're put in the work, those doctor offices will take this. Do you know? Let me show you the difference in this. If you put this information out and you set up 15 appointments with businesses that can save money, and the businesses don't even have to sign up as a member. I need you to understand that businesses don't have to become a member. They can just sign up to get their bills reduced. Doesn't cost them no out-of-pocket money. So they just sign up to get their bills reduced. Now, if you got 15 businesses over a full year, you're going to get an extra $5,000, and it'll take you 30 minutes to set the appointment. So if it takes you 30 minutes to set up 15 appointments, that's 7.5 hours. And you got a whole year to do it, and you'll still make $5,000. Where are you working at now that'll pay you $5,000 for 7.5 hours? See, this is how you gotta understand the power of what you have in Savings Highway Global. So now let's say it took you an hour, and you used 15 hours, 20 hours to set up 15 appointments. You made an extra $5,000. That's got to mean something, and it only took you 20 hours to do it. What if you put in 40 hours? You made an extra 10,000. 80 hours, and you got $20,000. Where do you work at today where you can put in 80 hours and they hand you a check for $20,000? That's the power of Savings Highway Global, and that's the power of them in their second product of making you money. That's the power of it. And that's just one little slither of all the income opportunities that Savings Highway Global offers you. And the blueprint is still the same. What is that blueprint? Get your membership. That's what I have. Share your membership. That's what this does. This share my link. See, my link is on this letter. My link is on this card. So if I got a problem articulating something where I sound professional or where I sound decent, if I got a problem pronouncing words and things like that, or reading problem, well, once I print it on here, it's the same. That eliminates that problem. Once I print it in this letter, all I do now is make copies of the letter. That eliminates that problem. See? That's what I mean when I say if you can't do something, you have to be smart enough to not get caught in your own deficiency. Now you say, well, how do you get all that done? Well, when I find that I don't know how to do something that I need to be doing, I go and hire people that can do it. That's all. I just go and hire people that knows how to do it until I learn how to do it. Okay? And that's the same thing you have to do. If you say, well, I don't know how to do all that, you have to hire somebody that does know how to do that. Simple as that. Your pipeline breaks in your house and you don't know how to fix it. Guess what you got to do? You got to hire somebody that knows how to do plumbing that can come in and fix that pipe. The electrical wires get burnt out in your house and you don't know how to repair it. What do you got to do? You got to hire somebody that is an electrician that'll come in there and fix that, but you got to pay them. Now, the thing about church, you can't expect things to be done for nothing. You know, you can't, for instance, I'll get, sometimes people ask me, say, Bishop, can you do this? Can you do that? I said, are you kidding me? Do you not know that I got to do 15 broadcasts every week? That's a base minimum. And I've got a whole administration in church government to do. And I've got a whole lot of other things to do. I got family things to do. And I'm running several businesses. You kind of think I'm going to have time to do that? Now, I can make time if I choose to do so. You know, I can make time if I choose to do so, but then it's still going to be at the expense of something else. So time is a commodity, and you have to prioritize your time. Just like I take time to do those essential things, you have to take time to do those essential things too. That's going to impact your livelihood. That's going to change your future. And if you won't do those essential things, dare not ask me to do them, because I will not do them for anyone that doesn't show forth the diligence to do those things for themselves. It's called investing in yourself, then others will invest in you also. See? So that's the point here. You've got to do the work. So now, I put these together, but I have to have different people working to do stuff, and I've got to, they can't do it for free. So anytime something like this gets done, this costs. This costs me. And so if you want me to do it for you, I'll do it for you, but you have to pay for the service. And it's simple as that. And I can call them up and say, look, I got this order here, get this order working and send it out, and you could have it. But lots of times we look at what it costs me, and we never look at what it brings me in return. And I want you to see something here. Any business that you have is going to require you to put something in it in order to get something out of it. It's going to require that, see? And so you need to make those initial sacrifices. See, now, when I put this out, I got a company which is about 5 minutes from my house here. A company that says, I want to register to get my bills reduced. See? Now, when they finish that process and go through the process of getting their bills reduced, I'm going to get 10% commission check from that. I didn't do none of the work, guys. The only thing I did was invite them to look at my website and set an appointment for them to meet with the specialist. That's all I did. Now, you think I can do 15 of those in a year? Bet your bottom dollar I can. Okay? And you can too. I went to another company that I do get my mobile phone service and gave them, and I got an appointment with them next week. See, a mobile phone company that's got several stores. If they get on this service, I'll get 10% of everything that we save, that the company saves them. See, they don't have to pay nothing out of pocket, but whatever they save, let's say they save $50,000. They save the $50,000 off of their business. Well, that $50,000, 25 of it gonna go to the company that, if it's Boost Mobile, they'll get a 25,000 savings, and the company that did the work gonna get the other 25,000. And because I set the appointment, I'm gonna get 10% of that 25,000. So that's $2,500. See, that's just one. See, and what did I do? I simply showed them my website by giving them a card and giving them my letter. and then I set an appointment for them to meet with the specialist. And if I can perfect that, all I got to do is repeat that over and repeat it over and repeat it over. So what that means, you get yourself set up right, and then you go through your neighborhood, business after business after business. Spend a whole day putting out your business cards and your letter to the businesses that's there in your community. See? And all of a sudden, you're going to look at your website and find out, oh, wow, I got an appointment. I've got some people that's interested in this. See? That's how you're going to make money with Savings Highway Global. Listen, that's just one little slither of it. That's a small portion, but I'm trying to show you that how you can add $5, $10, $20, $30,000 a year to your income. A person can work the job that they're working and still do 10, 30 to, if you did, let's say that person did 30 appointments a year. They can work their regular job that they're working and they'll still get a minimum of $10,000 added to their income. Let's just say they did that 5 years, they made an extra $50,000 minimum. See, that's better than a part-time job. See, so I'm trying to tell you that there is no negatives here. This is just a little small way, and I want you to see how you can do this. And I have training that will train you how to get around those areas that you can't help but fall into. That's why I'm doing these sessions, and if you're on my team, you got to stay up with us. You got to plug into the website, plug into the meetings, that because we are training. I'm going down to Florida, and I'm going to be meeting with a group down there, and I'm going to be training in the home of one of the members, and they're simply inviting people over so that I can just carry them through it and get people signed up under them. That's how you're able to build your company. Now you say, well, Bishop Jones, what is the kind of income can I expect to make? There's 3 levels of membership. There's a gold level, there's a platinum level, and there is a titanium level. And you can make anywhere from $2,000 a month to over $20,000 a month. It all depends on what level you enter, and that determines the kind of benefits that you have and the amount of income that you have the potential to make. But any level you come in, you're going to save hundreds and thousands of dollars. And not only are you, if you come in at a gold, you're going to save hundreds and thousands of dollars. That's a $20 membership. It's $20. You're trading $20 for hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars. It only costs them $20. So what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to start now. You know, when you come in, you say, well, I'm going to get my membership. But as soon as you get that membership, you should be getting people signed up and then working on getting your next month's membership so that your membership doesn't lapse, so that you can continue. Because if you will be committed by the time you get to 3 memberships, 3 months, you won't have to be paying no membership anymore. Your membership will be covered and it'll be free, and you'll be able to be constantly getting a check every week from that work that has already been done and work that is being done by others. So I want to encourage you to go and get people plugged in. Get them plugged in. Stop overthinking it and don't exaggerate it. Just simply stay with the blueprint. You got your links, share your links with other people. And just keep sharing it. And I gave an analogy just earlier saying, if you talk to 100 people, they all may tell you no. And then the 101 person might say yes and get a membership. So that means out of 101 people, only one of them said yes. So if you get discouraged now when you get to 55 and stop, you're never going to get to the 101. Because this is all about numbers. But if you'll realize that, okay, 101 said yes, so that means if I get 202 people, I'll have two that will have said yes. See, if I get to 303, I'll have three that done said yes. So what is that saying? You just keep on going. Now the system says when you get three people in, you can max out right there. You can max out right there. See? So all you need to do is just know what the numbers are and just continue to show people your website. Now there's a lot of ways we show our website. Online, we have online advertisement. We have an abundance of ways that people can see your website. But the main thing that is important that I like to draw from is just me just walking in. If I'm eating at an establishment, give the waiter or the waitress a business card. Because no doubt they're tired of doing the work that they're doing. They're not making the money that they want to make. So give them your business card and say, look, this can change your life. And they're going to go home at that night and they're going to look at that card and they're going to say, let me go to the website. And the website takes over. Guys, this is one of the easiest things that you probably have ever done. The website takes over and gives them all the answers. They can get completely signed up, get started with their savings, get started with their business, and never have to talk to you again in a day. Not one day. See? But you get a check from them every month. So I'm telling you, these are simple ways that you can make money with SHG, Savings Highway Global. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Don't get cold feet. Don't get to a place where you are no longer excited about this opportunity. It's the best one that I've seen online in over 40 years. I've never seen it like this. And I'm telling you, if you follow the blueprint, you're going to get the same results. When a man builds a house, the architect draws up a blueprint. That blueprint tells you where everything in that house is going to go and what it's going to be used for. And when that general contractor comes along and start building the house, guess what he is following? He is following the blueprint that the architect made. The architect is not the builder, but the person that is building the house, the plumber that comes to put the plumbing in the house. Guess what they're following? They're following the blueprint that the architect built. When the electrician comes to put the electric lines and sockets in the house, guess what he's following? He's following the blueprint that the architect built or made for the electrical wiring to go into the house. See, the window man comes and guess whose blueprint? He's following the blueprint. So what does that tell you? Doesn't matter who does the work. If they all follow the blueprint, they all going to get the same house. See, that's what it tells you. So I want you to know today, it doesn't matter where you are. If you follow this blueprint, you're going to get the same results as I'm getting here in America. Same results that they're getting over in Kasai, Kenya. Same results they're getting in Uganda. Same results they're getting in Pakistan. Same results, because the blueprint is the same. Okay? So I hope that this has been helpful to you. I'm going to stop right there. I've got a couple of people to get signed on. And you know, it always excites me that I get an opportunity to accept these people on my team and to get them initiated to get up and running in their own financial organization. So it's an honor for me to be able to do that. And I have some that I've got to accept today and get them signed on, and I got another couple that I've got to accept today and get them signed on as well. And I hope that you will go full speed ahead and that I hope to hear from you really, really soon. Listen, if this has been helpful to you, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and that's why we're doing these sessions, to inform the public and to continue educating those of you that is already a member of Savings Highway Global. I'm Bishop Jerome Jones, and this is Changing Your Financial Future Now. God bless you until the next time. Have yourself a Jesus-filled day. Bye-bye.